Alright, gentlemen, today we are talking hammock. I should have cleaned up my Ewls shit from that last content video, but I'm just going to kick it all aside. Alright, this is my hammock. This is Amsteel line here. This is great stuff. It's very durable. You know what I'm going to do, just to show you how to tie the knots and everything, I'm going to take all the knots off. Normally, I leave... Jeez, this motherfucker's all twisted up. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Normally, I leave the lines on the ripstop nylon. This hammock is nothing, but I think about 3 yards or 9 feet of ripstop nylon. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to make it slightly larger or smaller for reasons I will show you in the video. But shit's everywhere. So these right here are, normally I roll these up with it, but I'm going to take it off to show you how I tie this motherfucker and also how versatile it is. Note how quickly these knots come off right here. You know, you just loosen it a little bit. I don't need any special tools or anything. That shit's just coming right off. Boom. Boom. I do have to... Oh, whoops. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. Alright. There's one strand. Now, this Amsteel line, like I said in the other video, which you may or may not have watched, the tensile strength of it is somewhere around 2,000 pounds or something. There is Amsteel Blue, which I think has a higher tensile strength. But frankly, it's blue. I think blue might attract attention, and we, might need to go stealth at some point in time. That's one of the stated uses of the Ewell system, is be able to operate in stealth. Let me undo this one right here. And now, if you remember, we were shooting for a 10-minute setup and 10-minute striking of camp, right? And once I get this out, you can time me how long it takes to set up. There we go, we're done, we're boom, bada bing, bada boom. Get out of here. Alright. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. So we got our two Amsteel lines. Like I said, it has 1,000-pound tensile strength. I have them doubled up here. I just tie them right to the trees. It doesn't abrade very much at all. When it does abrade, it doesn't abrade if you have it around a tree, right, and it slips here this way or that way. It doesn't break that way. What breaks it is heat and friction. So if you have a knot and you undo it really quick like that, then you'll get little black marks on it, and you'll see it start to break and stuff like that. But anyway, it's doubled up. This system is so versatile. These trees could be, I think you can see them in the shot. These trees could be maximum of, I think, 27 feet apart, and I'd still be able to lay in it. And a minimum of 6 feet is what you need. Even though I don't think that would give me a very good night's sleep, it would still be better than sleeping on the ground. So anyway, this is our nylon right here. This is 9 yards of our nylon. You could, I don't know how to say this. The longer you have the hammock, for me anyway, the more comfortable it is going to be to sleep in, right? Now with these knots, you can tie these knots anywhere along the hammock you want, making the hammock whatever size you want, right? So if it's summertime, and the problem with having a long hammock is, though, that in the Ewell system, I only have that USGI poncho to stop the rain. So if it really starts fucking coming down, a long hammock is going to get me wet. So the reason it is 9 feet, 3 yards or something, 3 yards, is because I can double it up. And when I double it up and hang it, not only does it give me double the strength, and also a place where I can put my my little foamy pad underneath here so it doesn't slip around, or leaves, or whatever insulation. We'll get to that later. But when I'm sleeping in it like this, I can put the tarp over me fully and the ends aren't sticking out so it doesn't get fucking wet if the heavens open up. So, let's tie these knots here. So, one of the reasons I have it doubled up is because I only know how to tie this knot if you have a loop of cord. Okay? Ooh. Anyway, what you want to do is, geez, I got to be in the right position. There we go. All right. You want to get your end and you want to fold it over. Group them up and fold it over so you have it like this, right? And this, there's a guy on video on YouTube that has a better video than this, right? So you have your loop of cord, and this loops all the way back down. I hope you can see. I hope I'm not fucking blurring the camera out. Okay, there we go. And we're going to stick the loop of cord through, and then we're going to go down underneath, and then we're going to go one more over, and then we're going to come up underneath, and then we're going to stick the part hanging through that loop. And that, whoops, oh, come on. And that is a cinch knot. Or I don't know what the technical name of it is, but the knot will cinch up. And you have to adjust it. You got to pull this down and then push up like that. And now you have a knot on one side of your hammock. You can pull it. Trust me, I'm 300 pounds. I bounce around on this motherfucker all the time. You can pull it. That ain't going anywhere. Okay? So, and as you saw, we can tie that, like I said earlier, anywhere along here that we want. We just need that fold. So you grab your hammock, fold, make it like that, and then tie it again, and it'll cinch right there. So, that's what we're going to do on the other side. So you'll get to see the knot tied one more time. Let's see, I think these two trees, I'm going to make the hammock about this big. Here's the other knot here. I'll come up and tie it one more time for you. So, we got our two loop, or our loop of hammock. We're going through, down underneath, and behind. You have to go behind this right here. Well, I call it behind. I don't know where your brain's thinking it is, but this right here. If you go forward, it's just going to pull out. It's not going to work. So you got to go behind. Now, on the second pass, it doesn't matter whether you go in front or behind, because you're pulling this up through. Right? Cinch it up and pull it down here. There you go. And there's our hammock. You can see I'm pulling on one side. Our hammock's not going anywhere. So, that's how I tie the and steel to the ripstop nylon. And again, I learned this from a dude on YouTube. So, now this is going to be interesting. I'm trying to show you how I tie this shit around the tree. While holding the camera. Alright. Anyway. Fuck, how am I going to do this? Can I get shoulder cam? Does that work? Shoulder cam, you guys? Okay, I can kind of see that. We'll do that very carefully. Very carefully. Anyway, we're going to take our other end, which you can see I just have tied into a little overhand knot there. And we're going to whip it around the tree. And I got to drop you to do this. Whip it around the tree! Okay. And now, whoa, buddy. I'm doing this very carefully. Alright, now you can see we're just going to make a square knot, I believe it's called. Go over and then back around. Shit. And under. Like so. Shit, I forgot. I got to pull it along. I gotta. Whoa. Okay, this is not gonna work. What about my mouth? Did I tongue it? Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Where am I? Alright. Hold this here. I need to follow this one. Make this one along. And what I'm going to do is roll this up and make another slip knot. Like that. And that will hold. Oh, that will hold it. Alright. So if the camera didn't get it, or whatever, you guys saw it. That's all you need to see. Just mute it if the camera's making weird noises when I did that. This, I normally tie it tighter around the tree. You see all this area in here. This because I'm having trouble holding the camera. But you tie it a little tighter around the tree, and you won't have any problems with it slipping. Although I guess this is kind of cool because I can adjust it to the height. It's not quite high enough. I normally tie it as high as my neck, right there. And then we'll take the other side and we'll go over here to this tree and make sure it's not all twisted. It doesn't matter if it's twisted, but you won't get as good of a lay in the hammock if it's twisted. So I made sure it's not all twisted. You guys can't see this worth of shit. All right. Shit. That side is way too close to that tree. Way too close. Anyway. This hammock is not going to be hung right. Normally, you see how I have no slack over on the amp steel rope on that side of the tree, and I got a bunch over here. That means we're going to have a horrible lay. Like, it's not going to work at all. So, whatever. Just assume that I tied them straight and even, because that's what you do. The reason I'm not doing that is because I have to put the camera in my fucking mouth so you guys can see me tie this. Okay, here we go. I won't even say anything this time. We'll just tie it. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Deep throw that motherfucker. Alright. So they're not even close to the same height. Since this one doesn't have any slack on it, I'm going to move it lower. Just to show you here. Alright. Put you back here on the blue tub of love. Oh, alright. There we go. Now, I'm on a diet. I've weighed myself meticulously. This is 307 pounds. I know some of the hammocks you buy, their weight rating is not that, but this is it. Yeah. And there will be some slack and some movement as the rope settles in, you know, of course. But I can bounce up and down on this motherfucker, and it ain't going anywhere. All right. And that's, well, actually, that's not that uncomfortable. And just scoot up here. There we go. Yeah. And this is the hammock. This is what I sleep in. There's a million different ways to sleep in the hammock. When it's that short size I showed you earlier, when I fold it in half and hang it, it's only about as long as me. It's like 6 feet. That's why I think I might make it a little bit longer. But I can still sleep in it. I just turn on my side and sleep like that. And it works just fine. when it's shorter. This hammock's great because, as I'm sure most of you know, it functions as a chair. It's cutting in my legs right now, but if I were to sling it just a little bit lower, it would function as a chair. Works as a chair right now, I guess. Geez. I don't know what else to say about this thing. Because I just did a video and I talked about the hammock a little bit in that one, so I don't know what to say. Here's the hole. I don't know if you can see my finger. There's the hole in the hammock. Apparently holes in ripstop nylon don't mean shit. You can use this, you can just lounge in this thing, you know? Yeah. This is what you need. And this is what I'm carrying to get off the ground and rest my feet at the end of the day. And again, this whole, this is what I said in the other video that you guys don't know about. This whole system weighs 1 pound, 4 ounces. So, I was worried about the am steel braiding on the trees. It just doesn't do that. It just doesn't do that. Like I said earlier when I wrapped it around my belly, it doesn't seem to abrade like that. It doesn't seem to abrade at all. It seems to melt when you use friction, but that's about it. Anyway, so here's the other. I used to sleep, because we're using this in the winter too. I used to sleep with this thing like this. You just stick your little foamy right in here, unroll it, boom, boom. Your little plumber's crack right there. And you can do that. That'll work for you. It's not great because it's your butt, and depending on how you lay, there's always going to be some cold part coming through there. And I don't have a solution for that yet. That's just one thing I guess I'm going to have to suck up. But when you lay in it like that, you can do it, but it's hard to get it positioned. It's kind of a pain in the ass, You gotta fuck around in the hammock a whole bunch. Yeah. And see, my arms and my shoulders are still exposed to the biting cold winter wind. But, so, in wintertime, the winter setup I have, and the reason that I have all this extra stuff, is like I said, I was telling you about earlier, I would just tie the hammock a little bit down, further down, so that I could also tie this side over here, right here. And what that does is that allows me, it gives me like double hammock, and I can put that foam pad underneath or in between these two ripstop nylon layers, and then it doesn't slide around, and it's not really that much of a pain in the ass. It's still a little bit of pain in the ass, but we're pioneering here, so we got to work with what we got, and it's fine like that. It'll work. It'll keep me insulated in the winter. Now, the only time I've used just a foamy pad was down to, what was it, 40 degrees? That's the lowest I think I've gone with a foamy in a hammock. And that was just fine. I was super warm. So, I don't know how low a foamy in a hammock will go as far as keeping you insulated from underneath. But, I don't know. We'll find out this winter. That's for sure. That's my plan anyway for the winter. So as you can see, it didn't take long to set up at all. Also, if a foamy's not good enough and you need more insulation, just shove a bunch of leaves in between these layers. You know what I'm saying? Just shove them up in there, or anything, any kind of foliage you find. Fucking pine needles, cattail fluff, chicken feathers. I don't know what the fuck you'd find out there. Oak leaves. We have a lot of oak leaves here in fucking Ozarks. So I'll probably end up using oak leaves if it doesn't insulate. But, and that's it. So you saw it didn't take, even while I was trying to show you on camera, it didn't take fucking 10 minutes to set up. I do normally put a tarp over the top of it, just if for nothing else to keep dew off of you. Like I said, if it's raining, all I have is that tarp, so I'll fold it over in half too, and it still works. I mean, I gotta kind of, sleep like this, but it would still be comfortable enough to get a night's sleep in the pouring rain which is not bad at all, or in the freezing cold, which is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So again, in 10-minute setup. Hammocks are great. Now, if the teardown is easy. You take your bomb-proof foamy out, you roll it up, tie it to the bottom of the Ewls that you can't see. I didn't tie it, but. And take it down. Pull once through the big loop, and then pull twice. Whoops, where'd it go? Oh, we pulled it the wrong way. Alright. We pulled the big loop the wrong way. That's fine then. Normally it's going to come out a little easier than this. I'll show you on the other one. There you go, pull once. And this is where you got to be careful not to damage the am steel. Just pull slowly so it doesn't get too much friction there. There you go. One side done. The other side, you make sure you pull the right side, which would be this side. There we go. Taken down. Just fold it up. I don't even fold it. I just mash it. Grab the ends. Roll it up into a giant hammock mash. And like I said, this thing is so versatile. You don't even need to look for trees. Pretty much anywhere you want to stop, there's going to be a tree configuration that'll allow you to set this up. Wrap it up, give it a little tie. And throw it in the bay. And that's it. So, sleep is very important. That's why I've added this hammock to it. As my friend Liam said, Canada Liam, as I call him. God, I really don't know what else to say about the hammock. I think I said it all in the other video, frankly. I shouldn't have done that. If you want to know more about the hammock, go to the other video. Oh, God. 1.9 ounce ripstop nylon, am steel cord. You saw the knots I tied. You saw how you can double it up. If you're interested in cutting weight and you're not interested in being able to put, fold it in half and put a mattress and insulation underneath, say you just want to use one for the summer or something, you can chop off, I'm sure, let's see, 4 ounces out of your bag, quarter pound, just by cutting it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Doesn't harm the tree, so it fits into the stealth scenario. No one can look at that tree and be like, oh, someone has a hammock cord around here. So if say we're being tracked or something like that, because, that's the fun part. We're going to play Rambo, Yep. It's silent. Didn't make any noise to set up. Don't have to cut anything down. 1 pound, 4 ounces. I mean, this is great. And the am steel line was the most expensive part. The am steel line cost like $25, I think. I got another big long roll of it. This is probably like $10 worth of am steel and $10 worth of ripstop nylon. You can see here, like I literally just went down to the fabric store. There's no seams sewed in or anything. And I have had no problems with that. I thought, I was going to break the seams and these were going to tear. But this ripstop nylon is pretty amazing shit. Like I said, I showed you over there, it's got a hole in it. It doesn't tear with all the weight in it. Boom, that's my hammock. I can't help but think that I'm forgetting something. And I probably am. And if I do, I will put it down below in the video. Yeah. Okay. We're out of here.